Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, and if you're a new subscriber, thank you for returning back, checking out this video. So first of all, I wanted to apologize to you guys because I know I've been gone for a while. As you guys know that, like I told y'all before, with my work schedule, I won't be doing videos on Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I'll be doing them on Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. So this week was a little weird because I was kind of busy after work. Let's see. So yesterday was Thursday. So what happened yesterday was I did a video. I don't know. I'm just having issues with my phone camera. That's why I really can't wait to get like a traditional one. Because I'm doing these videos in a specific orientation, as I was told or suggested. And so what happens is, without having the proper, equipment to do, to turn off and on or pause the videos without having to actually get up and, go around it, it makes it more difficult, and I don't remember things and stuff like that. So what happened yesterday is I did make a video, getting ready to upload it. And turns out, as I looked at the video, I'm like, why is it looking or pointing towards the blinds? And the entire video was pointing away from me somehow. So yeah, anyways, so I didn't do the video again yesterday because it was very late. It was like after 9 o'clock. I was tired because I had I was out and about in the heat yesterday, so I was kind of tired. And I just said, okay, I'll do the video today. So this video will be posted tomorrow. And then what I'll do to kind of make up is I'll probably do 2 videos. Maybe for tomorrow. I think I'll see what I can do, but I'll figure something out. Anyways, I wanted to talk about something in this video, and it's kind of what I was talking about yesterday, but a little bit better form. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the steps I'm actually taking to be successful in this journey to move out of this country and to go to Thailand. So for me, what I'm choosing to do is partly I've already started doing it. So I did that starting December 23rd of last year. And what that was is minimizing one of my biggest costs, which was my living. So, even though my rent wasn't expensive at my apartment, I didn't see a reason to, especially at the last minute, I couldn't find a good price for an apartment. And so I decided, you know what, wait a minute. I'm planning something here shortly. I don't need to be paying for an apartment. And I was like, yeah, that don't make no sense, right? So that's why I ended up downsizing my living bill tremendously. And I said to myself, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need to make sure that I don't want to pay over a certain amount, because it doesn't make sense. Because if I'm going to be paying almost a price for an apartment, then I don't see any reason, I don't see a point in doing that. So I found this website that is a website. Yes, I think it's a website, and I was able to find a room through this website, which is where I'm at now. And my bill is very cheap for this place monthly. And so I downsized my rent basically in half. So then the only bill that I have is my phone bill, which is with Tello, and I've been with them for over a year. They're a great company. They're not a contracted company, so it's a prepaid phone company. Kind of like what's that other one? Like Boost Mobile's one, Total. Ryan Reynolds has one, but it's very similar to those. But this one is very good. I've been with them. I really have had no issues. And my phone bill for unlimited everything plus 35 gigabytes of high-speed 5G data is only $25 a month. So so I basically pay for my minutes and my data. And so I can actually lessen my bill even more. I'm going to actually check how many minutes I'm actually using on phone calls, roughly. And if I can shed some money, downgrade or, downsize my bill on that end, I will. And so anyways, so that's what I'm doing for that. So that's 2 bills. And then my only other bill that I have is not really a bill. Well, it's my medical bill, and that's like $23, somewhere around there. So that's 3 bills. And then all I have other than that is just my groceries. Now, the good thing with the groceries is I have a limited space in this place because it's a room that I share this, in this house with 5 other people or whatever. And so I have limited space in the one refrigerator that we have. And so I basically, figured out, I don't do cooking in the summertime. It's just something I just don't really do. So what that means is I'm doing, small stuff like sandwiches or even healthier than that, salads. It's filling and it's, light and it's good as far as, just fluid wise and stuff like that. So, and I get the small, or not the small, but like the medium sized tubs of the spring mix. And that's like around $5, that can easily last me for at least, I'd say 4 days or so. I'm not just going to be eating that, all the time. That's why I'm saying. So if you think about it, that's, I get paid twice a month, every other week. So, and I only work 3 days a week. So if I really only need to be buying stuff for, primarily for my lunches for work. And then a little extra, obviously for my dinners and everything like that. But the salad's mainly for the dinners. Then I got lunch meat and bread for my lunches. So approximately 1 to 2 sandwiches per day for 3 days. So that's 6 sandwiches at the most that I would be making. Got some cherries. And what else did I get? I got some Cheez-It snacks. So I have enough food for my lunches. Now on the breakfast side of things, being that I'm not here for 3 days, I have something quick. So I bought me some donuts. That's something that I can just take and go. I also have cold cereal. So either way it goes, I got that covered on the breakfast side. What else did I get? So I got the cereal. I got Gatorade for my lunches as well. And that's about it pretty much, I think. I got fruit, some sliced watermelon. I think I got something else. I can't think of it right now. But that's what I did as far as that. Now, all together what that cost me, which was a little bit more, but actually not too bad because I'm figuring that I can, get away with $100 every paycheck. Is that every paycheck? Somewhere around there, yeah. So I've only spent about $70-something. I've been able to cash in on a few little side hustles and stuff like that. As you guys know, I do donate plasma, so I've been getting that done. And I referred somebody, so I should be getting a little extra. They're doing like $100 for referrals and stuff like that. So that's something good that I got. So I'm actually doing good. I'm making sure that I keep track of what I've been spending money on. And so that way I do not spend more than I should and everything like that. Now, I was planning on doing one thing, and it's not too much, and that was I was going to get myself some pedals. Some, a few customized things for my bike, and they're not that expensive. So the pedals are like $6 or $7 for a pair. And then one other thing I was thinking about getting was really cheap too. I can't think of what it is right now, but it was pretty cheap. But I definitely want to get the pedals to add some little flair to my bike and stuff like that. So, but I don't plan on getting too much more things. I don't want to be spending too much. One of my aunts told me some years ago, she said, don't always work just to pay bills, and basically be a slave. She said, it's okay to spend, get something for yourself once a month, and I was like, okay. So I ended up doing that. I did get myself something that was pretty nice. And I want to show you guys real quick. I apologize. Hey, you know what? Yeah, I'll show y'all real quick. Sorry about that, y'all. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. Oh, it smells delicious in there. Have to close it all the way. Okay, I hope I'm not exposing too much of my body. Okay, dokie. So, I went to one of my favorite stores, which is this new cigar shop that I found, and I've been going to for a couple of weeks now. And so, I wanted to do something better than I did last time. Last time I bought 2 cigars from the ones that I had ordered off of foxcigars.com. 2 of the 5 that I bought that was super, super good. And so I went to this cigar shop for the first time. Very nice place. I told you about that. So I had one of the 2. I bought 2 cigars. One of the 2 wasn't the ones I ordered, but I figured it didn't matter because it had like I forgot what, Connecticut. It had a lighter tone outer leaf. And I didn't think that was going to be a big problem or it was going to taste different. But as a lot of the aficionados on YouTube have said, the outer leaf can make a difference. A lot of things can make a difference. The size can make a difference in the flavor notes and stuff. And so everything that I loved about that cigar was not good in that one. So when I went back there, this week, which was yesterday, to, kind of, treat myself, I thought I had to do a double take because I was in the area where those cigars were, but I'm like, that looks familiar. Lo and behold, it was a cigar that I was wanting to get last time, but they had the exact size. So I was like, oh shoot, yeah, this is it. Got it. I got another one. Oh, my bad. What am I doing, man? Let me go ahead and show y'all. Well, before I show y'all that, when I was getting ready to leave, I decided, you know what? Because I was looking at the accessories when I was coming in there. So they had all the torch lighters and the Zippo kinds and all that and this. But I'm like, yo, I need a V-cut. I need a V-cutter. Because now that will kind of make me complete with, the kind of cuts that I have from my cigars. So I ended up getting one. This is like $6, really cheap one, plastic with the actual. I will show y'all how that works in case y'all don't know how a V-cutter works. So you hold it. So you see that is the size of the most common ring gauges of a cigar, and I'll let y'all know what that is in a second. So basically, you extend it. You put your cigar in there like that, and then it cuts it this way. So got one of those. I used it yesterday on one. I bought like 6 cigars, y'all. I wasn't playing. So I used it and it works, but I did not have a good experience smoking my cigar. So that was not cool. But in this acrylic humidor is the goods. So we're gonna go right down the line. So starting with the one that I had tried to get last time that they did not have, it's this one right here. This is the H. Hutman AJ Fernandez Reserve. This is the Heritage. I don't know if y'all can see that. This is a, let's see, 52 by 5 inch, 5 by 52. So what that means is it's 5 inches long, 52 is the ring gauge, okay? And this is, I believe it's a Robusto. Yeah, it's a Robusto. I don't know if y'all can see this information. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful wraps. Look at those bands. I love those bands. They're just nice looking. This is a delicious cigar, y'all. So I was looking for this last time. They didn't have it, but they had it in this time. So I'm eager to try out that one to see if it has that same flavor notes. It's the exact size. And then the other one that I had already bought, but this is a different size gauge. I went completely different on this one. This is not a box press. It's just a Robusto, I believe. Or Epicure. This is an Epicure, okay? So this is a little bit different. It's still the 10th anniversary Perdomo. This is the Maduro, which is, I believe, hold on a second. If I can't see it. Because I think maybe it is, because the Maduro was like a box press. It's a box press style. It's just weird how to see it. Just so y'all know, the box press is like flat on the top and the bottom, and it's kind of rounded or kind of boxy. So it's kind of hard to see with this, but yeah. So this one's completely different because the other one I got was a Super Maduro, which was very long. I think the last one I got was also this one. Or no, it was a bigger one. It was a bigger one. It wasn't as, I think it was a bigger one than this. So, but this one was still good. It was spicier than the original one that I got. So that's one of the major differences I didn't know in that one. Okay, now we're about to get into some of the, because I was having a ball because what happened was these ones weren't that expensive. So I was like, oh shoot, I got paid. I was managing my money. So then I wanted to get some other goodies, and so I did. So this one is the My Father. I can't pronounce the name. Oh, hold on. Let me get my glasses on. I can't read that small print. My Father La Opulencia. Okay. So La Opulencia. My Father. This is a Toro. So this is another kind of like box pressed style tip area. As y'all can see, it's kind of squared off. This is a 60 by 54. So this is longer and it's a little wider ring gauge than the other two that I've showed you guys. But I love the bands on this one. The bands look really nice. So when you're getting a cigar, some of the things that you're looking at that causes that pulls you to buying a cigar is the look of it. So you have these two beautiful bands on here, and then you got this foot band right there. That's really cool. You know, little touch like that. I have not tried this one. This is one, I believe this was one of the ones that was in my wish list for my for the cigar sites that I usually go to, I think. Or I at least knew about it. Well, I was looking stuff up as I was going, or while I was in the shop, you know what I mean? So I'm very eager to try this one out. Then we have another AJ Fernandez. Oh no, this is a my mistake. I got a Fuente. I don't remember how to pronounce the guy's first names. But anyways, y'all, this is another one that was on my list. This is a Double Chateau. It's called Double Chateau Fuente. But yeah, Gran Reserva. This one is a longer one. I need to know, I don't know right off the gate what the size of this one is. I believe this one's actually one of the biggest ones I have in my collection by far. So you guys can see, this one was a 6, so this one is probably a 7. Y'all can see, they're from the same company, I think. I don't know. I gotta check that out. I'm new to this, guys. But anyways, so just like that last one, I liked this one. I've seen this one on the videos before, but I like the band. So you see this band right here, the colors, and just how bold that is. You have the cedar wood right here, which is kind of a nice touch. And then the foot has another green band on it as well. So I do like how that is on there. And yeah, so this one is a really chill cigar. The length of this one is a good hour and a half of a smoke. So I will figure out maybe, I don't know when I will smoke this. I don't yet. But this is going to be one of those times. It's going to be like on a day off or whatever like that. But it's going to be a nice time to smoke this one. So that's the other one. I ended up getting 6, but I smoked one yesterday, so I have 5. And the last one I got, y'all, I was watching one of the, the more high-end cigar shows on YouTube, and these aficionados were, doing a test. They do these tests, this and that or something like that. And so they were actually testing 3 of the 2 cigars that I have. And it was the 10th anniversary. Huh? Oh, okay. Interesting. That is very interesting. So they were, I thought I had this other one, but they were testing, I saw them there. They were testing the 10th anniversary Perdomo, the 20th anniversary, and then the 30th anniversary. And it was an interesting, segment. But as I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, shoot. So one is champagne and one is a Maduro. And it looky like they're both epicure. But it just seems like this one, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to show y'all. So this is the champagne. And again, the outer wrapper, it's a nice little touch. It's got the same type of band as the Maduro 10th anniversary. I'm gonna bring it so y'all can see them. They're practically the same size, practically. You can see that this one is a tad bit larger, but they're practically the same size. And this same type of band, but you can see how one says champagne and the other one says Maduro. And then if you look at the backs of these, nothing special at all. It's just kind of plain on this one. The other one that I had yesterday was really cool because it was a crowned, what the heck is that called? Something crown. I can't think of the name, but it was a Julius Caesar. And why I mentioned this was because on the back of that one, it wasn't plain like this. It actually had a spot where, so it was kind of like this, and all you did is had a little cut, like the little, I forgot, perforated, and all you needed to do is just pull it apart, and I think they did that because of how nice the band, that back was, I was like, dang, that's really nice. So anyways, y'all, that is what I blessed myself with yesterday. I got these 2 bad, I got these cigars, 6 of them, now I got 5 left, and then I got this V cutter. So I'm really glad that I was able to get those items. Getting back to the video. So, like I said, now, so anyways, so saving money is the biggest thing. Saving money, not living paycheck to paycheck. It's not what I'm going to do. So what I've said I was going to do is I would make sure that I'm very limited, living very frugal, basically, not spending much money or not investing and staying here. So anything, and I'm not saying, don't treat myself here and there, but be mindful of what the biggest prize is, because I can literally get stuff even outside the country, so it's not a major thing. And so, again, just making sure that I am not spending too much money, saving more, especially being that I don't work a full 5 days a week. I work only 3 days. So I really need to make sure that I'm not spending too much, because it is going to be, it could take me longer to accumulate the money that I need, because I'm not, working 5 days a week. I do get paid good, but it's not the same as if I was working 5 days. So knowing that and understanding, okay, well, look, I have very cheap bills. Keep it that way. Don't increase those bills, but keep it that way. If you can afford to lessen them, then do that, but don't increase your bills. So that's very key for me as far as steps that I'm going to take to make sure I complete my goal of moving to Thailand. The other thing is keeping myself away from being mindful of things, or just things that would entice me to. There's another word I'm looking for, but I can't say it. Think of it right now. But that would entice me to do spending. So even if it's a careless act, I get a lot of ads, a lot of emails from places that I subscribe to, for buying stuff. There's sales going on. There's a holiday sale. There's all these sales, the 4th of July sale. And so all that does is it gets to my mental, and I can easily get into like, oh, okay, let me just go ahead. Don't do that. If I don't need it, don't mess with it. So it's being resilient, staying away from those kinds of sites, maybe just turning off those notifications, whatever I have to do to where I'm not enticed to be checking out these kind of sites and stuff like that, making sure I save up my money. Okay, so those are a couple of things that that I wanted to do. Also, making sure that I keep track of what I'm, the things that I need to do. So one of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be collabing with one of the brothers from YouTube that is a pretty successful channel, and I guess he teaches or shows how to do, or he has information on how to become a English teacher online, so that way I can make money. So my thing is, like I think I told you on one other video, if I can get a job before the 6 months or whatever, 7 months that it's going to take me to save up and move, then that'd be great, because all I would have to worry about is just getting the plane ticket, boom, out, and then I can already have a job set up. So that is something that I want to do. So time is always of the essence, and again, it really comes down to, for me, how bad do I really want to leave? If I am just kind of casual with it, then I'm just going to wait until 6-7 months. But if I don't, if I really want to leave, like I really do want to leave, then there's a sense of urgency should be right here with me. And I need to be using my time to be, contact, what I need to do. Da-da-da. So yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing, collabing with these people. In addition to that, making sure, because my YouTube channel is ultimately where I want to be focusing my time with. I don't want to be making no one else money when I can be making money for myself. So I really want to invest in bettering my YouTube channel, doing more things with it. Now that I've been doing this for a few months, I know what needs to be done. Now I need to be investing, whether it's buying things to help my channel, be more professional looking, learning more information for whatever, like that's all what I'm going to do, because that's going to help me in the long run. Finding out information on visa, what kind of visa I'm going to need to getting my passport. So that is a necessity. So I can spend the money on a passport. I already know it's under $200, so that's something that I'm going to need. So that is something that, not spending money on stuff that I don't need, I could put towards that, because I do need that. And you want to always, I've heard that you should get your passport at least a few months prior to you. The sooner the better, but not so like if you're going to be leaving in 2 months, that's kind of like you need more time. So I can easily afford to get it under $200, like 190 something bucks or whatever, for a passport. So that's something I definitely get that, getting all of my documents I need, making sure I already know I have my social and my birth certificate if there's anything else I need. So some of these brothers have checklists of, what you need before you travel. So all those things I'm going to be utilizing, getting all that information. I have some debts, so I got to make sure I take care of those. So I'm working with a debt consolidation company, a really good one, and we're taking care of the last little bit of debt that I do have. So I'm getting that squared away. What else is there? Making sure I downsize on the stuff I have. So obviously, when I left my other apartment, I had a bunch of stuff. Had brand new couches, a lot of stuff. So I all of my furniture, I didn't bring any of that with me. The most that I brought with me that was big was my TV, and that's really it. Behind me, you see, I think lit up is I have my aroma diffuser or whatever, but it's on this little table that I bought when I first moved into the apartments that I moved out of. It's a little coffee table, like a little table that folds up or whatever, a little cheap joint, you know. And I brought these little fold-up chairs, one that I'm sitting in, you know. But this, I mean, has no value. I mean, I'll just give it away and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't have anything else. I have a pillow. Not a big deal. I can always get a new pillow, so I don't need to bring that. Got a comforter. I don't need to bring that as well. I think it's a queen size comforter, but mad old. I've had it for a long time. So that's it. So basically, knowing what I don't need. I don't want to be packing a bunch of stuff and taking that with me because I don't need to. And a lot of the YouTubers, people that have, you know, traveled to these other countries, they don't take much, and they actually stress that, you know, and they actually say about, hey, look, I didn't bring a lot of stuff. I just brought this and that, you know. I wasn't, you know, like they weren't trying to bring a bunch of stuff, you know. And so I will probably do the same thing. I do have these two big suitcases. I'll probably upgrade my suitcases to some better ones, but the ones I have are pretty big. They do have wheels on them, but they're mad old. And so I want to look at getting some good luggage to take with me. So I'll have the two suitcases and probably a carry-on. I got my backpack. I'm gonna, you know, so I'll have a backpack and then I'll carry on, and then I'll have my two suitcases. And so that's all I have. You know, I won't be bringing the TV. I'm just gonna be bringing my luggage. So making sure that I get rid of all the small stuff, anything that I don't need, old socks that are like, you know, old dun-dun-duns. Get rid of all of that stuff. Any papers that, you know, that I don't absolutely need, trash it, you know. So this is the time when I need to be doing those kind of things, just being prepared, not waiting to the last minute to do any of this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just having a plan and just kind of sticking with it, you know what I'm saying? Now, although I may not need to know any Thai before I come there, I still would like to probably start taking some courses of some sort just to kind of, you know, fill in my time and stuff like that. So I probably will do that as well. And not too much else. That's really kind of what I'm doing. Checking about the job. So that's another thing. So the job is really key, you know, and that's really something that I really want to kind of nail down. And it's getting all of that information, because if I can live a lot better somewhere else, why not? And what I've heard already about China, or about Thailand, is just too good. And what I've seen is just like, this is completely a no-brainer. Like, I just don't understand why I would not do this. And the longer I am here, the longer I'm away from what I've seen that I want to be at. Better food. I love Thai food. I love it. I'm a very simple, practical guy. I don't need all the fancy stuff because I didn't come from that. So being around fancy stuff is not kind of me. Although when I make it big on YouTube, I do have a gift that I want to get myself, and that is a Mercedes-Benz. I do want a Mercedes-Benz. I thought maybe I wanted a Rolls-Royce, but nah, that's too much. I just want me a Mercedes-Benz, y'all. I want to get a nice Mercedes-Benz. So that's what I want. So living practical and cheap, but it looks luxurious, and then having a really nice luxurious car. That's what I want. That's what I want. So those are the things, the steps that I'm going to take to get to my journey of moving out of the United States and to Thailand. Because when I get there, I'm going to be doing better or different type of videos. That's why I've changed the title of my channel, because it's more fitting of what I'm going to be ultimately doing, and it's easy for me to transition into that without having to be, you know, everybody being so shocked and like, what is this, like, you know. So So it's going to be perfect. And so there's a lot of things that I want to do, content that I want to be able to capture in Thailand. So I think that'll be really awesome to get that going, because I'm going to still do some of the stuff I've been telling y'all about. You know, I'm bringing my bike with me. Oh yeah, that's the only thing, bringing my bike. So I'm bringing my bike with me. So there's going to be some good footage on that. It's going to be good. So I'm excited. So those are the steps that I've said I was going to be taking to leaving the United States and venturing to Thailand, y'all. And so I'm going to keep you guys informed on the progression and what I'm doing and stuff like that. Like I said, tonight I will be checking out some of the testimonial videos and collabing with the brother to see if we can set up a consultation visit, how much it's going to cost or whatever. And, you know, like I said, it's an investment. And I'm okay with investing in something that I want ultimately to, you know, achieve. So for me, it makes sense. To each his own, but for me, it makes sense. And that's how serious I am about, you know, moving and traveling. So anyways, like I said, I will be keeping you guys informed on the things as they unfold. But until then, y'all, I appreciate you guys checking out the video. If you guys did like the video, why don't you give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell, y'all, so that way you guys are notified when my videos are uploaded. And again, you guys have a great day. I'm Ri'LL King. Y'all take it easy.